The borders are. We'll talk to reporters in a few minutes in Minnesota after President Trump put Homan in charge of immigration enforcement there after all the anti-ICE anger that grew over Saturday's deadly shooting of a protester. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey talked to Homan this week and tells CNN
he did not make a commitment to ending it on any given timeline. However, my hope, my expectation is that the troops and the agents we're seeing will be drawn down.
Democratic Governor Tim Walz also wants ICE out. He's not running for re-election, and this morning, Democratic Senator Amy Klobuchar announced she's running for governor. There's a new Fox News poll out.
59% of voters say ICE is too aggressive. 49% of registered voters think local governments like Minneapolis should cooperate with ICE. Mayor Frey says he does not plan to do that.
That's Fox's Lucas Tomlinson. Also in that poll, more than half surveyed think the U.S. is worse off now than a year ago. Two-thirds think President Trump should spend more time on high prices in the economy. We'll hear from him at a cabinet meeting later this morning. The president posted on Truth Social another claim he won a 2020 election he called crooked after the FBI conducted a raid in Georgia, seizing ballots and voting records in Fulton County. Democrats call it alarming.
Shortly after that election, then President Trump spoke to Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger and said he needed to find 11,780 votes to win the state. At the time, Raffensperger said he felt pressure from Trump and denied any widespread election fraud.
Fox's David Spun. Cleanup from that massive storm continues. There are still 100,000 power outages in Tennessee, almost as many in Mississippi. Some homes also have no heater water. Bo Moore with Mississippi Emergency Management tells Fox Weather.
Our local water associations in each one of these communities are impacted because their generators are failing or they're running low on fuels.
America's listening to Fox News.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down. Get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Capted Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
We have another Trump Truth Social post just out. The president again calling for a substantially lower interest rate the morning after the Federal Reserve decided against another rate cut after 3 reductions last year. Stock futures are rising slightly. There's a hate crime investigation in New York City after an attack last night appearing to target Jews.
The driver blames a mechanical issue after ramming at least 4 times into an entrance of the Chabad Lubavitch Orthodox Jewish World Headquarters. No injuries are reported.
This incident is currently being investigated as a hate crime.
NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch and Mayor Zoran Mamdani.
Any threat to a Jewish institution or place of worship must be taken seriously. Anti-Semitism has no place in our city, and violence or intimidation against Jewish New Yorkers is unacceptable.
Witnesses tell the New York Post the driver had been seen at other Shabbat locations in New Jersey over the last few months asking for spiritual guidance, and that police had been called on him before. Chris Foster, Fox News.
It's been 1 year since a mid-air collision in Washington that left 67 people dead. 2 of them were the parents of an Olympic figure skater.
Maxim Nomov lost both of his parents, Evgenia Shishkova and Vadim Nomov, when an American Airlines jet collided with an Army Black Hawk helicopter over the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. The 24-year-old is now preparing to compete for Team USA in the Winter Olympics next month, telling Fox's The Will Cain Show what the past year has been like for him.
A lot of people say that they've had a roller coaster of a year, and I kind of step back and think, man, I truly have, from the lowest of the low to the highest of the high.
After qualifying for his first Olympics earlier this month, Nomov held up a photo of him and his parents, who won gold together at the World Figure Skating Championships back in 1994. Tony Genualdo, Fox News.
At tennis's Australian Open, the women's final is now set. The top seed, Aryna Sabalenka, will face Elena Rybakina, who just beat American Jessica Pegula in the semis. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Last week, in the wake of Renee Good's killing, there were rumblings from House Democrats that funding from DHS was on thin ice. All but 7 refused to vote for the department's appropriations package, but that bill ultimately passed, and it was expected to pass the Senate as well until Alex Preddy was killed by federal agents. Both Illinois senators have promised a no vote on the DHS spending bills. Amazon slashing about 16,000 corporate jobs in the second round of mass layoffs for the Commerce Company in 3 months. Tech giant has said it plans to use generative artificial intelligence to replace corporate workers. Water main break has occurred on Illinois 16 east of I-57 in Mattoon, prompting city officials to issue a boil order for the affected area. The order applies to the region east of I-57 and DeWitt Avenue east from the Fields Church to I-57. Locally of the date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom, I'm Jim Miller.
Well, it's already Thursday, my friends. Already made it to Thursday, and here we are on the radio with you with the temperatures of balmy 5 above.
Yes.
I took my stocking cap off, Soye. What
you
the heck?
did?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's back on now.
Yeah, it's back on now because I got cold because I didn't have it on. I was already ready for summer.
You brave soul.
No, I took it off actually in the car when it was heated up. Anyway, but hey, man, it's like 14 degrees warmer this morning than it was yesterday morning.
One must crawl before you can walk, before you can sprint.
You can't hold that 37 from me in about 10 days. So
yeah.
I'm feeling
37?
Okay, 30, whatever you say.
That's one of those things on the phone, right? You're looking at?
I'm looking at one of those things on the phone.
Okay.
So
all right.
it's not Soye. Right. I need a Soye app. What is wrong with you? AI can write. Listen, AI can make you an app in like 5 minutes.
Oh wow!
It's no longer $5,000.
Truth, I keep bouncing this idea off. You know, like the farm progress people and other people in the ag world that it's like, why don't we have something that's a central clearinghouse for this kind of meteorological, whatever, they don't listen to me. So,
well,
I'm like in the days of the big guys, the big radio station up to the north. I'm just support staff in their eyes. So,
Well, I think you actually might be the best meteorologist going. So
agree.
Well, thank you.
I think your accuracy, and I've kind of tracked it because I check your work.
Mm-hmm.
I think
we go back a ways, don't we?
Well, yeah, we do.
Diane and I, and you and I, yeah.
I think you and I, 28 years.
More than that. It
was middle 90s,
something with an with the third digit being an 8, I believe. So
okay,
1980 something.
Was it really?
Back in the Finkel era? So.
Well, when did you start with Finkel? When were you on us?
Let's see.
80s?
86, 87, something like that,
Dang,
I believe.
How old are you, man?
Wow.
That's awesome. Wow.
I mean, maybe you were an intern.
No,
or something.
I was. Nope. I'm far older than anybody in the room. I know that. It's just a different.
Started in the afternoons at the other joint, and then
that was with me.
Fill-in for Earl.
That was with me then in the afternoon.
You and I got together.
I don't think we were live together till we got to the morning.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's right,
gotcha.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
35 some years, I guess.
Although there's some decades involved there.
Yeah. Well, when did you graduate at Northern with your meteorology?
84.
Okay, I'm far older.
By the power invested in Northern Illinois University with that Bachelor of Science thing in this weather forecasting business.
Anyway, you've been at it a long time, and I just, you know what? AI has changed the dynamic of a lot.
Yes.
My understanding is apps can be done by AI now.
Mm-hmm.
What AI can do is stunning. I was having a conversation with AI yesterday about some pretty important things. And it's just amazing. Just like talking to a consultant.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's no smarter than the information that's been put into it.
But
so
it's
far,
able
right?
to reclaim all the stuff that's out there that is tangible, like they reference where they're getting it. Like, according to the CDC, I mean, the stats and the numbers, they have tangible, good evidence because it can search the world's information in seconds.
And do we trust the world's information?
Well, it depends on where it is. Now, you can say, I don't trust the CDC. That's fine. You don't trust whatever. But it is able to accumulate all the supercomputing in seconds so that the question is, and again, I love libraries, but do we need libraries with the information that's available? You can go deeper dive. You can rent books. You can rent music. You can rent movies. I mean, you can do it. I love libraries. But I'm just saying, I don't need to go to the bibliography section and look something up with fish and all the things we used to do with the screens. And It's just the horseshoe and the horse and the blacksmith. We don't need that. We've evolved to that.
That's right.
I don't need to park my car if I have a Tesla.
Cancel Encyclopedia Britannica subscription.
Wow.
Still can't
What do
get
you
rid
do?
of ours.
I go door to door with a Kirby vacuum and a encyclopedia catalog.
Oh my goodness.
It's just the only thing I remember. Kim Love was a disc jockey with me back in 1979, and I remember he said the only absolute in life is change.
True.
Death
and taxes. That's the other.
Well, it just things change all the time. They evolve, and if you're on the edge of the curve and figure something out, you can do well. But I'm so far behind in AI already; it's unbelievable.
No,
anyway,
I'm farther behind.
We need to harness.
I just can't get into that right now.
Well, but it's what's the deal now? It's AI.
Yeah, I know.
We got to start to pivot.
Unbelievable. Our meteorologist is Greg Solier. He is brought to you by Carl.
Reminding you from everything from advanced diagnostics to convenient care, they're here with you every step of the way. Learn more at carl.org.
All right, sir. We are going to get north of what we're at 5 above zero. Talk to me.
Yes, slow and a gradual moderation of temperatures. Don't want to hear the word warmer out of anyone, but you may perhaps call it milder and back to more seasonal levels. We'll get that fully accomplished around here the middle to late portions of next week, and then we'll kind of teeter-totter back and forth between that and maybe a little below at times, and probably set the stage for a little busier weather pattern in this wide range of temperatures from lingering cold to the north and east, and not even lingering. That will be the heart of the cold going forward into February, and warm back in the plains and points southward, so I can see how some of these other little apps on the phone might get a little exuberant in some of the milder air on the plains. But it will set the stage for kind of a busier weather pattern and maybe some additional moisture, which we need to percolate it with time into the ground, i.e. snowmelt. We can hopefully get that going here in bits and pieces later next week. But in the meantime, temps range from 4 at Willard and Savoy to 3 below, minus, that is, Danville, 10 below over at Indianapolis right now, and widespread sub-zero cold still through the upper Midwest and northwestern Corn Belt, so keep an eye on that. Here today, 15 with a partly sunny sky developing, and there may be a couple of snow flurries around later this afternoon and evening time, and again overnight tonight. We'll bottom out at 4 below. Tomorrow, bitter cold early, partly sunny 14 with again maybe a light snow shower, a few flurries early and late in spots, down tomorrow night to a little below zero, but lighter winds, that's going to help, and a cold start to Saturday, variably cloudy skies at 18. We'll top the 20-degree mark on a widespread basis Sunday with maybe a snow shower early and a couple of more spotty snow flurries or a snow shower Monday at 25. Here comes 27 on Tuesday, and then upper 20s to lower 30s, more typical early February weather next Wednesday and Thursday, maybe a little midweek light snow system next week as well. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
All right, off and running Thursday, January 29, 2026, the year of our Lord, 7:13. John Decker, bottom of the hour, got to ride on Air Force One. He did on Tuesday and was hanging with the president. He's had 2 photos in a row where he's taken a presidential picture with President Trump on the ladder looking out and looking right at John.
Yeah.
One week he's pointing right at him.
Right.
The other weeks he's looking right at him.
Uh-huh.
So he's very well aware of John Decker. I think John got 4 questions in Iowa.
Okay.
And again, still the gaggle of media.
Sure.
You still got like a dozen going on Air Force One and then another 20 from the Iowa region that are showing up as well. It's just, Mr. President, Mr. President, Mr. President.
Right.
I mean, it isn't that easy. So he's created this aura of 30 years covering the White House of being one of the guys they call on.
Yeah.
Because they know it's not necessarily a layup, but it'll be fair.
Yeah.
And I think the White House at this point would just look for fair. And they're asking people from alternative media, because it's a thing that you have a huge audience, a Joe Rogan kind of thing. And they're asking other people to come into the White House, not just your standard ABC, CNN, CBS, and Fox News. I mean, they're getting the press room. It's shocking how small that room is, because they can't all fit. They're standing room only. I'm sure it's breaking some fire code, right? You can't get that many cameras and stuff in there.
True.
Anyway, and there used to be a swimming pool underneath that. Anyway, it's 7:14. All right to the game tonight. If you're going, it's 8 o'clock. I don't even know what channel it's on. But it's out there on television somewhere. And we play Washington. Now, again, we're coming off the biggest game we've had at Illinois as far as significant, eye-catching, shocking, who's Keaton Wagler. We've had a lot of that. They put Keaton up on the Big Ten Network, so he did an interview. Brad did 670 The Score in Chicago. We might do that every week. I don't know. But I just know that I don't like it. I think Washington might be a little better than we thought. I don't think their record's very good, but they do have a lottery pick in the lineup. He's like 6'10".
Okay.
And he's really, really good. And they got a guard that can score. So, again, this would be a natural letdown from the Purdue. Oh, my gosh, 46 points. I mean, we've been talking about that ever since. So, we got the Orange Crush. There's not out of school, all that stuff during the break. Sometimes that's harder. But Brad Underwood met the media yesterday.
A couple of days of practice to get a very good Washington team. Washington is very, very talented. They have one of the best bigs in the country. They're a team that is great size and very, 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 very solid on the defensive side. So Steinbach's a problem. He's a potential draft choice. They're very, very good on the offensive glass. We've got to make sure we do kind of the same mentality we had in the Purdue game, trying to keep their two bigs off the glass and out of opportunities. Diallo is a much improved player from one year to the next, and is having quite a nice year. So, team coming off a win, we've got to play well and know that defensively they're very, very solid. They've got great size and length on the perimeter, and they're a heck of a basketball team. So we've got to be really sharp.
Yeah, and you say, oh yeah, blah blah blah. Yes, you do. We were 22-point favorites against Rutgers here, and that went okay. We're only 12-point favorites tonight. I mean, it's like, what? So anyway, they've got good players, and we can't say, okay, Nebraska, man, we got to get ready Sunday afternoon at 3. No. You got Washington tonight, and I'm fascinated to see how they come out, because we've never had the light shining on this program more than it has in the last 4 days. All over the country, they're talking about Keaton Wagler.
Yes.
Every source, Sports Illustrated, all the big boys. And so now with all those, oh, he's so good, you got to watch it. Okay, let's play hard. But Brad generally doesn't tolerate not effort. So if you don't play hard, somehow you're flat. And it could be a flat alert tonight. We just got to get after it and beat Washington. He's right. It's 1-0. You just focus on the next one.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, anything else here before we move to our Fox business?
I was going to bring up the Wisconsin game yesterday.
Minnesota was up 20?
And after Wisconsin's season low, 17 points in the first half. The season high 18-point halftime deficit outscored Minnesota 50-28. In the second half.
It was at Wisconsin, but they were really bad.
Yeah, at the Kohl Center.
I mean, Minnesota came in here and played us hard to the last 8 minutes. I mean, criminy, what's going on with all these teams now getting better with better coaches? I don't like it.
I know.
I do not like it, sir.
And the women lost to number 2 UCLA yesterday, 80-67.
UCLA is really good.
But we were hanging with them.
No, we were.
And Sierra Parchment with a career-high 26 points.
Weather brought to you by Urbana Park District.
Reminding you, they've got a job fair coming up. Start thinking about being a lifeguard in the summer. Those are some sunny thoughts. And a whole lot more. UrbanaParks.org.
Look at everyone. Let's check weather. For East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana this Saturday. Another bitter, biting, bone-chilling, nose-numbing, toe-tingling, cold morning out there. Even more so off east of the Illinois-Indiana line. Some moderation of temperatures expected, but that increases snowfall prospects by mid next week. Speaking of which, a couple of snow flurries around later on this afternoon. Partly sunny skies. Bitter cold start later on to about 15 on a bit of a northwesterly breeze. Bitter cold tonight. Considerable cloudiness. A few snow flurries around early and again after midnight. Down to about 4 below. We go tomorrow. Another bitter cold start. Partly sunny. Get a snow shower, a couple of flurries in spots morning and late afternoon, the high around 14. We'll settle back to just a bit below 0 for tomorrow night. Saturday, bitter cold early on, variably cloudy skies and 18 up to 21 on Sunday. Maybe a snow shower in spots early and into a couple of snow showers as well. Sunday night into Monday. Monday, high temperatures up to 25. There you go. 27 and a partly sunny Tuesday, heading towards the upper 20s and low 30s for Wednesday. Some snow chances there. Quiet weather, they'll round out late next week, Thursday and Friday. First TVJ Broadcasting, I'm biologist Greg Solgay.
This is the Our Idea is Ready to Launch vision. This is the Create Great Jobs vision. This is the We Need More Space vision. This is Busey, where your business visions become realizations. Through securing capital for growth and comprehensive strategies that ensure a prosperous future. Because thriving businesses mean thriving people and thriving communities. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
It's one of the busiest days of the fourth quarter earnings season. And reports include tech giant Apple, which reports after the closing bell. The iPhone maker is expected to say earnings per share jumped 11% to $2.67, with revenue also rising 11% to $138.48 billion. Beyond devices, there's a big focus on Apple's high-margin services segment, which continues to deliver double-digit growth and expanding profitability. Analysts will also be listening closely to the earnings call for clear signals on Apple's AI roadmap. Oil futures jumping, hitting a 4-month high on rising concerns about a possible U.S. military attack on Iran, which is OPEC's fourth largest producer, with output of 3.2 million barrels a day. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Lillian Wu, invested in you.
The world of business moves fast. Stay on top of it with the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday. Fox Business reporters, anchors, and hosts will bring you beneath the stock market speculation and boardroom drama to tell you about the biggest business stories of today. Whether you're on Main Street or Wall Street, Fox Business is invested in you.
Listen to the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday at foxbusinesspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
You might be thinking about selling your home because, spring's coming. Generally, that's thought to be a good time to list your home. Well, don't trust your largest investment to just any real estate agent. Be sure to call the agent that has experience to get you great results. Nate Evans and his team. Cindy recently needed to sell her home in Champaign, called Nate. In her 5-star review, Cindy says Nate and his team were amazing to work with from start to finish.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to have kind of a customized, personalized experience with his agents having so much experience. Call the only agent I would call if I needed to sell my home. It's Nate Evans, 217-239-7113. A friend you can trust. Been around for a long time. Started out in the construction business. Had an accident, laid up in the hospital, thinking, I need a change. And that career change was well chosen in real estate because he's a realtor that you can get to know, get the process started with eXp Realty, get that immediate cash offer on your home if that's what you're looking for. There's flexible fees. Yeah, do an online search to Nate Evans Group and start packing.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to the NateEvansGroup.com.
Ever wonder why you pay your bank to have a checking account? Fisher National Bank does too. You see, they offer free rewards cashback checking that gives you cash back on debit purchases, no service fees or balance requirements. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive electronic statements, and have one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's so simple. Reward yourself today with rewards cashback checking. Learn more at any branch or FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
In 1925, Bud and B. Reichert founded a small plumbing business in Urbana. Today, nearly 100 years later, A&R Mechanical is still thriving. A&R Mechanical believes in designing, building, and maintaining. As one of the largest and most innovative contractors in the Midwest, their team creates and sustains essential facility systems for iconic structures like the State Farm Center, the Memorial Stadium expansion, the Ubben Basketball Complex, the Smith Football Performance Center, along with baseball, softball, and the Demersion Indoor Golf Facility. I'm Jay Lehman, former Fighting Illini All-American linebacker. As a longtime Champaign-Urbana resident, I can assure you that A&R Mechanical and their contributions have been a cornerstone to this community. Congratulations, A&R Mechanical, on 100 years of dedication, innovation, and community spirit. Design, build, maintain. It's what they've done for nearly 100 years and what they'll continue to do for the next 100 years. A&R Mechanical, celebrating a century of excellence and service. Visit ar-mech.com for more details.
All right, we had John Decker, Great Television's White House correspondent, man who rides on the plane multiple times.
That's right.
I mean, he doesn't know how many. Air Force One. Just be so dang cool.
If you're wanting a ride to the game, Pia's 1609 West Springfield Avenue. You can take that Illini shuttle half hour before tip-off. You're picked up within 10 minutes after that final buzzer to get you back to celebrate the win over Washington. 8 o'clock tip-off tonight. So it'd be good to go there for dinner at Slugger Burger and some drink specials.
Yeah, there you go.
All righty.
All right, so what about Tyler Underwood's offense? Brad Underwood, his dad.
I think Tyler's done a nice job of putting guys in places where they're very successful, and trying not to do too much with guys that maybe don't flourish in certain areas of the floor or in certain plays, but really simplifying the game. We're not a overly big set team. We don't run a lot. Everything is about getting two to the ball and making opponents make their decisions, and then us making adjustments. So a lot of that is obviously revolved around what the other team's scouts are and their coverages, and Tyler's done a nice job, and as have the rest of our staff in making some of those adjustments.
He has done a really, really good job, and now for the very first time, Tyler Underwood. And I hope Brad and Susan remember when I talked to him multiple times saying, I think Tyler's going to be a really good coach. I told him that.
Really?
Why? Because when he was playing, he was kind of a glue piece for the IO teams.
Uh-huh.
It was Tyler got to play a little, but more of almost a intern on the bench coach kind of.
Yeah.
He just had this acumen and relationship, and I noticed that, and I thought he'd be good. I just don't think Brad and Susan remember me saying it. Dang it. But I said it.
They will now.
I said
I'm
it.
sure everybody's listening to
I
us.
said it.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, Tyler has the number one offense in America. He has the highest rated offense in the Ken Palm era. This is record-breaking type stuff. And Brad said, well, it's a good job putting guys in the right places. I mean, isn't that a skill?
Yeah.
Is that not a talent at your workplace that, Cindy doesn't do well here, but she'd be great here?
Right.
You got to give them that chance. Jake Davis in the corner, sit there.
Yeah.
And then Keaton throwing it to him with 2.5 seconds left, and he still gets it off with a half second to spare. It was a better shot. And Brad talks about shot selection here in a second. But here's Tyler Underwood on why Keaton.
Okay.
How Keaton.
Okay.
And another key name that we've heard a lot that Tyler's going to mention.
Okay.
First thing that stood out to Keaton just watching the tape was, a 6'6" guy that can dribble, pass, and shoot. I think it's a testament to Adam Fletcher and our...
Adam Fletcher.
Ah.
Keaton was 6'6", 160. That's a beanpole.
Long and lean.
So he gained 20.
Our strength and conditioning program, we feel comfortable taking some of those guys who are maybe underdeveloped physically, right? Like he was 6'6", 160 pounds. Like that is probably why he went under-recruited. But Coach Fletch had a plan. We had a plan for him coming in. He was able to put on 20 pounds. And then you see the natural decision-making, everything that we value in a player, he kind of showcased.
Yeah, so Keaton caught their eye because all the amazing talent, but the fact that he could pass it and dribble and shoot it, I guess that's pretty big to do all three. Okay, we're going to call standby stations. We're calling Ben Quattrone. Do we know what that means? This is Washington tonight, and Ben's usually we're calling him now. We don't have a ton of time, but we'll get her in. Yeah, so we're going to have tickets here, and we'll see. Are they going to be those primo seats again? He gave some away to the women's game yesterday. So Ben Quattrone has joined us, the managing partner, owner at Sarah Champagne, home of the BMW, Honda, Buick, GMC, and Subaru. So you've got some seats for me again, do you, sir?
I do.
What do you got?
What you got?
Well, I've got a couple pairs of tickets.
Oh, my.
Oh, boy.
So you
hold
could
on
have-
just a second. Ben never has bad seats, okay? I give away, questionable seats. Ben has seats. Where are they?
right.
Where are they, man?
They're in 124 row 5.
Oh, my. Look it up.
So they're kind of right on the corner baseline. They're good seats.
Okay.
I wouldn't give away any seats that I wouldn't sit in, and I'm a seat snob, so everybody knows that.
So that's the first
all right,
pair. Is there another pair?
Yeah, they're right next to each other.
Oh,
so
my.
You guys, let's make some people happy, right?
Okay.
All right,
Sarah
two pair.
Champagne does. We're more. We want to be more than a car dealer.
You are more than a car. You're the man,
Heck
man.
yeah.
You got your feet on the court. That's a seat snob you are. Unbelievable. And you share. You're a good sharer.
I love it.
Ben, you the man. We're going to get on this and can't wait for the text line here in a second when it explodes.
359-2255, Sarah.
See how to spell it properly.
All right.
We'll be in touch, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck, everybody.
Thank you.
Right, go
Ben
Illini.
Quattrone, text in Sarah, 217-359-2255. 2 pairs. We're going to do 2 different people, pair each, close to the court, right on the baseline.
Love it.
I love this.
The game's on FS1. I know you asked that earlier.
But you'll be sitting in these seats.
Yeah, baby.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Border Guard Tom Homan addressing ICE enforcement operations in Minneapolis. The city's mayor, Jacob Fry, says he and the city's police department will not comply with federal immigration law. Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar throws her hat into the ring for governor.
3,000 ICE agents on our streets and in our towns, sent by an administration that relishes division.
That from video posted X. The Democrat wants to keep the State House blue. Governor Tim Walz recently ended his re-election bid. President Trump holds his 10th cabinet meeting later this morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, and UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer becomes the first British leader to visit communist China in 8 years. He and President Xi Jinping call for a strategic partnership to deepen ties as they try to mend a fractured relationship. America's listening to Fox News.
Let your local farmer's insurance agent, Michael Rumsey, put his experience to work for you. Michael Rumsey proudly serves Champaign County families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030 to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Actually, I called the provider. It was just going to be a while before I could have service, and I couldn't wait, so I was recommended to Classic. Professionalism, their dependability, credibility, and the service technicians. I wouldn't ever call anybody else.
I truly believe that after people have experienced other companies and then given us a try, they can clearly see the difference.
Visit ClassicPlum.com.
Here's a look at local news. USPS changing one of its transportation practices. With early voting nearly a week away, the Champaign County Clerk said it might impact the upcoming primary. While they are not changing postmarking practices, they have made adjustments to transportation operations. Champaign County Clerk is stressing urgency to avoid receiving ballots that are postmarked after Election Day. Flu cases is increasing rapidly in Illinois as the state sees its worst flu season in more than 15 years. At least 100 have died from flu this season in the state, with 77 of those deaths occurring this month alone. Rideshare drivers from across Illinois rallied at the state capitol this week, urging lawmakers to advance long-awaited legislation granting them the right to unionize. The proposal, expected to be filed this session, would allow drivers to collectively bargain with companies like Uber and Lyft over pay, working conditions, and deactivation policies. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Thank you, Jim. We're going to check your weather right before John Decker. Coming up next, our weather forecaster, our superstars, Greg Solier, our meteorologist.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois. Champaign benefits Saturday. Another cold start to the day, but a slow and gradual return to more seasonal temperatures expected. That by mid next week. In the meantime, another bitter cold start. Partly sunny skies. A couple of snow flurries around later this afternoon and evening time. Highs only to 15 on a northwest breeze. Bitter cold tonight, down to 4 below. A few snow flurries around early, and again after midnight, light north wind. Tomorrow, partly sunny up to 14. Bitter cold early in the day, with again a couple of snow showers or flurries in the morning, and back in later in the afternoon. Down to about 2 below for tomorrow night. Weekend forecast: a bitter cold start to Saturday, variably cloudy skies at 18, up to 21 on Sunday. Maybe a snow shower in spots early in the day. Another cold Monday, but not as bad as recent days, up to 25, with maybe a snow shower threat early in the day as well. Partly sunny, 27 for the day on Tuesday. A little light snow system may skirt the area Wednesday with a high to about 31. Upper 20s and lower 30s next Thursday, and Friday more seasonal across the area. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
John Decker. I want to talk to John Decker. He is the one we know. I want to talk to John Decker. He's at the White House in press room.
John Decker. I want to talk to John
Yes, children and combine singing the theme. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Gray Television's national and White House correspondent. He is John Decker. How are you today, my friend?
Hey, I'm doing great, Stevie. Hope you're having a good week so far. It's been a busy week for me, and it's not even close to being over. I'll be in the cabinet room today, Stevie, for the cabinet meeting that the president will have, so looking forward to that in a few hours.
That's always packed, and I think a master class on how to run a meeting. I love it. I love watching it because it's like the guy's going to tell you what's going on. Donald Trump doesn't say much, and he has a question. That's by many accounts of people that have met with Donald Trump, work with Donald Trump, they say he listens, and then he makes the decision, period. That's what he does.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
And I'm always interested in the logistics
like
of
reality TV, but it's real life when these cabinet meetings, So I'll have an opportunity, I'm sure, Stevie, to ask the president a few questions a little bit later this morning. So looking forward to that. There's a lot on his plate right now, not only in terms of domestic policy, foreign policy issues, Iran, Venezuela, Ukraine. I mean, boy, he's got a lot on his plate.
Yeah, he does, and we'll get into it in just a second.
Will you have to hold your own mic on that sort of thing?
I do. I'm holding my boom mic. I'll hold it for 2 hours.
Is it like a fishing
I got up
pole?
this morning. I worked out. I'm ready for it.
How much does it weigh?
That's right.
Oh, it's not much. I don't know. 8 pounds maybe.
It's 2 hours.
I know.
Gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
you don't ever tell them, hey guys, hold on, I got to change positions.
Yeah,
on my hands.
that's right.
My arms are tired.
Arm is falling asleep here.
Before
you know what I say, Stevie?
Yeah.
I say, hey, Mr. President, hold that thought.
That's exactly right. Okay. I think before we get into it, I think we caught actual audio of you on the plane. White House was a little concerned you would say something like this to somebody in your seat, but listen to this.
Okay.
Get off my plane.
Yeah, I thought that was a little too brash.
Wow.
For you to,
from Air Force One.
Yeah, the guy was in his seat.
Little Harrison Fordish, but...
Love it.
Hey,
I love it.
So do you
I
ever?
love that movie. It's a good movie.
It is a good movie. Do you ever get tired of Air Force One again? No.
No. Are you crazy? How could you ever get tired of that? In fact, you know what they say when you get an opportunity to ask a president, you're here. They do interviews and they go, "What do you miss most?" And they say the same thing. I miss Air Force One. They all say the same thing. It's remarkable to be on that plane.
You're on it, and you appreciate your life so much. In 30 years of covering the White House, the only attorney on press row. He has the White House briefing room. John Decker, it's 15 minutes of knowing the news. You can get that podcast every morning and be briefed by a journalist, which is a little rare these days, I may say. All right, so you went to Iowa. What was the response to the president in Iowa?
Oh, boy, he was treated like a rock star there. I mean, look, let's face it. I'm going to be honest about everything. So we're heading to the event. There are a lot of protesters. I was so surprised in the sense that it was brutally cold when we were there on Tuesday, just outside Des Moines, a suburb of Des Moines. But, good number of protesters out there. But inside the venue, the president was warmly received. They were hanging on every word. And the president also visited a restaurant. When he was there, I had an opportunity to ask the president 4 questions on the ground while we were at that restaurant. And one of those questions, by the way, Stevie, the answer that the president gave made a ton of news around the world.
Nice.
Because I asked the president if he was comfortable with the decline in the dollar that we've seen over the course of the past year. It's declined pretty steeply, more than 10%. And the president said he had no problem with it, and that caused the dollar to fall even further. So sometimes a question that I ask has an impact on financial markets, and that was the case on Tuesday.
Well, and again, you got, and I got the picture of the menu, fine lunch, fine dinner. Is it a long, long day when you go on Air Force One?
Yeah, it was a long day. So my day begins, it doesn't sound bad. Well, my day begins here at 4 a.m. because, I do my podcast. I work out, and then I head to Andrews Air Force Base. By the time we get back, and by the time I get back home, it's 11 o'clock at night. So very long day for me on Tuesday.
All right, but then you're back at it right next morning.
Back at it.
Figuring out the direction. Okay, so we've got all kinds of things going on. What do you think is the top 2 stories in America today?
Well, I mean, you can't get Minnesota off the front page. There's always an element to that story, and the president will certainly be asked about that today. Kristi Noem will be, of course, in that cabinet meeting, the head of the Department of Homeland Security. So that's one big issue. On the foreign policy front, the president seems to be threatening Iran with social media posts, and he's moving a lot of military assets into the region right now. So, the president has done this before. He attacked Iran last June, 3 strikes on 3 nuclear sites. So, the possibility of that happening once again, I wouldn't take it off the table.
I would think they really want to do something, but you please tell me, what do you do with all this buildup without it going totally chaotic and being a free-for-all on the ground in Iran with millions and millions of people?
Yeah, what the U.S. has done, if I understand your question, Stevie, is they've targeted military sites. They're not going to target, the headquarters of the Republican Guard. They're not going to target anything in which there's the possibility of civilians being injured or killed. They're going to focus solely on sites that pose a national security risk to the United States. And that's a big if that happens. I don't know if that will happen, but if that happens, that's what the U.S. will likely do.
But obviously they'd like to get rid of the extreme, the mullahs, all the things that have been going on since 1979, and I don't know how you change that over there with the culture so dynamically different.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it. It's a very good question. How do you do it other than just hoping that organically the people on the ground will, push to remove those clerics that are in charge of the country? That's what you can do. You can't do it just with the U.S. You need to have it happen organically on the ground by the Iranian people. That's the only way you're going to change that government and get regime change and get something in place where they're giving people freedom, which is what they long for.
I think they do, and we have no idea the dead count of the, I thought we were trying to put a satellite up there with Elon Musk to get a picture. We can't even do that, I guess.
Yeah, I've heard estimates 6,000, upwards of 25,000. We don't know the number, but those are big numbers regardless. And the president says that he has been told that those executions have stopped. He's also told that the attacks on protesters have stopped. And I think that if indeed that's happened, it's because those clerics in charge of that country are very much concerned about a military action taken by the U.S. military.
Okay, so Tom Homan, this is John Decker, Gray Television's White House correspondent on ESPN 93.5. We have Tom Homan in Minneapolis now. This border czar now taking over in Minneapolis, again, trying to bring peace. And if the mayor is not even going to follow immigration laws, and all you're asking is say, hey, if you have him in jail, hand him over, that's the law, how does an elected official say and do that?
I don't know. That's exactly what has happened there. With both the Minneapolis mayor, Jacob Fry, as well as the Minnesota governor, Tim Walz. And so what Tom Homan has been sent to do is to be the point person on the ground in Minneapolis for the administration, for the White House. He's a professional. He knows he's been doing this for decades, unlike, some of the people that the president has on his team that have not. And, you can tell because he hasn't prejudged any of these fatal shootings. He has not, said right away, well, that person's a domestic terrorist. He said, let the investigation play itself out. And, that's the way a professional handles these situations. So the president has the utmost trust and confidence in Tom Homan. And, look, since he arrived, I believe, on Tuesday, it has calmed down just a little bit. And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think so. Again, though, I refuse to believe any of this is organic. I think they've pretty much proven there's some encrypted messaging going on with people that are being paid to just wreak havoc and just I think there's some involved that are all about it, but I don't agree. I think this is a planned thing, and it's kind of weird that it was during the peak of the whole Somalia and a fraud scandal and all the things going on in Minneapolis. Governor Walz isn't even running again. It's going to be Governor Klobuchar, I think, right? I mean, she's running, I think, for
Yeah.
him. But anyway,
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, just to pick up on your point, I don't know about the paid part, but that could be the case. I don't know. I'm not disagreeing with you. But what I can tell you is that there are groups of people, without a doubt, Stevie, that migrate towards this. They're anarchists, and they migrate to places where there's unrest, and that has certainly happened in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I have no doubt about that.
Yeah, but it wouldn't shock anybody to absolutely show the network and who's funding it. I can't believe we can't find.
No, it wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
Again, I say I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying, I haven't seen, the connect the dots on that, but it wouldn't surprise me if indeed that's the case.
We show growth of almost 5.5%. It appears that's what's going to be the number in the fourth quarter. Why aren't more people feeling it?
Yeah, I don't know. They do these University of Michigan consumer sentiment surveys, and people just don't feel very confident about their situation financially, economically. That was one of the purposes of the president's trip to Iowa, that I took with him on Tuesday of this week, is to say what the administration is doing and will be doing to make life more affordable. I mean, that word is a buzzword these days, but it's an accurate word. And as you know, in the midterm elections, jobs and the economy, that's the number one issue for every voter out there.
I like the Trump accounts. I mean, I think it's amazing.
How could you not?
Wow.
How could you not like
and
that?
there's
That's
at
pretty
least,
good.
I saw 15 major companies that are jumped on to do some matching, like Intel, Steak and Shake. They're going to help their employees' kids, and it's your money. It's not the government's. I love that.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great idea. I was at an event last night at the Australian Embassy, and the ambassador was talking about how that idea has already been implemented for the past 2 decades in Australia, and people love it. I mean, you're saving money. You're saving money for your family, for your kids' future. I think it's a great idea, and that's the reason why you also have these billionaires like Michael Dell, providing additional $6 billion in seed money for this program. That's impressive. That's amazing that he and his wife are so philanthropic in that way.
How could the Democrats not like that? I mean, they're going to.
Well, here's the thing. Do you hear a Democrat criticizing the idea? I mean, it's one of those ideas. It's hard to criticize.
Right.
I mean, the only criticism is that obviously those who are middle class, those who are obviously affluent, can take advantage of this more so than individuals who are poor, because they can add to the amount of money that the federal government is providing them beyond that $1,000. But that's the only criticism I see in it. I mean, to me, it's a terrific idea.
But it's like even then, 18 years from now, they're projecting that to be $18,000. You didn't put anything in it; it's still $18,000. I mean, it's just nice, and I love the fact that I thought Social Security should have been that way the whole time, where it's your money. You'd have made way more than you're getting from what you put in.
Yeah. Well, that's right, and you're investing it in the stock index funds, and we see what the stock market has done, and as they always say, Stevie, past results are not always indicative of future results.
Yeah.
But having said that, the stock market historically is a good place to invest your money, and over the course of 18 years, as you point out, certainly you'll see the value of that initial investment increase, and that's a good thing in terms of helping families make ends meet. And again, that goes to that issue of affordability.
All right, Diane has a 217 texter.
Well, actually, I was personally going to ask about the Melania movie, and if you're going to the premiere tonight with Caroline.
I'm going to the premiere
awesome.
tonight. Yes. How about that?
At the, I
yeah,
guess they were calling it the Trump-Kennedy
Center. It's not like I was
now.
invited. Diane and Stevie, it's not like I was invited and have a front row seat. I'm in the pool, so that's the reason I'm going to the movie tonight.
Well,
just want to make that clear to you.
It's,
but still, that's a pretty cool thing. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be this evening, and so that's why this day in particular Another long day.
A long
after
day.
that long day on Tuesday.
All right, John.
Boo-hoo for John Decker just complaining about his long day.
Sam wants to know about the Australian Open. Top 4 ranked Europeans are in the men's final. No American. I guess the Buffalo Bills owner is in there. Coco Gauff also lost. What's your take on American men tennis? What's going to be? Who's going to be the next major winner here in America?
Major winner. Ben Shelton, if he breaks through, he had an opportunity. He lost in the quarters. He's a great player. His father was a professional tennis player. I think that maybe he is the one that could, make it to a finals,
Shelton.
number
Okay.
one. Ben Shelton, yeah, he's a youngster and a fun left-hander. He's one of the most powerful serves on the men's tour. The women obviously have had more luck because we've had some Grand Slams. Last year, we had two different American women win Grand Slams, one in Australia, one at the French Open. The women just have had more success. And for the finals this weekend, I know no Americans are in the semis as it relates to the men's side, but it's still very exciting. Literally, the top 4 seeds have made it to the semifinals, so that's what makes it so interesting.
It's Jessica Pegula is the
Jessica Pegula, whose father owns the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Right?
Apparently,
that's pretty impressive.
Ben was here in Champaign to win the NCAA tennis for Florida, so I didn't know that. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate that. Hey, listen, John.
As a freshman, by the way.
Oh, man. That's pretty. You got to be pretty good at tennis. We played over at the Atkins Tennis Center in the last month a couple of times.
Oh, you did.
And I couldn't get my serve past 65. Kind of embarrassed. Anyway,
when you come visit us, you'll have to bring your racket,
bring
John.
It over. Come on, man.
I can't wait. Well, I'll play outdoors because when I come, it's going to be early fall. Just to enjoy a football game.
Yeah,
so
we got to have to. We want to do that. We want to do
Sounds
that.
good.
For sure,
we'll plan that.
John
Absolutely.
Decker. We do, and the next time you're on the big plane.
Get off my plane.
Yeah, that's exactly what you do, baby. Move over.
All right.
Hey, John, keep up your fine work. Where can people get the podcast again?
Oh, anywhere they get their podcasts. So if they get them at Spotify, if they get them Pandora, if they get them iHeart, if they get them Amazon, Apple, anywhere you get your podcast, it's the White House Briefing Room with John Decker. 15 minutes every day, Monday through Friday. You can get it all while you're driving to work, while you're preparing your kids' breakfast. I'll tell you exactly what's happening in the same way I do it with Stevie every Thursday morning.
It's good stuff. It's a wonderful podcast. Keep it up, my friend. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Stevie. Thanks, Diane. Have a great day and a great weekend.
Talk to you soon. ESPN 93.5. Our weather now. Stand by. Nathaniel's son with part 2 of his American Revolutionary War.
1776.
Stand by. 7:53. Here's Greg.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois. Champaign Urbana Saturday. Another cold start to the day, but a slow and gradual return to more seasonal temperatures expected. That by mid next week. In the meantime, another bitter cold start. Partly sunny skies. A couple of snow flurries around later this afternoon and evening time. Highs only to 15 on a northwest breeze. Bitter cold tonight, down to 4 below. A few snow flurries around early. And again after midnight, light north wind. Tomorrow, partly sunny up to 14. Bitter cold early in the day with, again, a couple of snow showers or flurries in the morning and back in later in the afternoon. Down to about 2 below for tomorrow night. Weekend forecast. A bitter cold start to Saturday. Variably cloudy skies at 18. Up to 21 on Sunday. Maybe a snow shower in spots early in the day. Another cold Monday, but not as bad as recent days. Up to 25 with maybe a snow shower threat early in the day as well. Partly sunny, 27 for the day on Tuesday. A little light snow system may skirt the area Wednesday with a high to about 31, upper 20s and lower 30s next Thursday. And Friday, more seasonal across the area. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
We have a New Year's resolution at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
Oh, good idea, Paul.
We're going to pump you up
with savings this January. Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, I like it, but that line's already taken. Let's keep it simple. We have stainless steel French door refrigerators starting at $1,600 for the entire month of January.
How about shed those holiday pounds with savings at Dick Van Dyke?
Yeah, but does that really make sense?
Not really.
Let's just shoot straight. We have stainless steel interior dishwashers starting at $450 a pop.
How about we use this music to get the people moving?
Well, hey, copyright violation. That is a good tune, though. But let's not take away from the fact that we have electric and gas dryers starting at $479 and ranges at $549 a piece.
Hey, I got an idea.
Let's hear it.
Come on into Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, where our New Year's sale prices will last longer than your New Year's resolution.
That's actually pretty good and relatable.
Wow.
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Thursday. My son Nathaniel lives in Chicago with beautiful wife Allison and incredibly beautiful daughter Josephine, who just turned 1.
Who's touched the hearts of many on the cruise recently.
Oh, boy. She was...
Well, she continues to touch our hearts. We're very lucky.
We're very excited to have you back. You've done this incredible read over on the cruise, actually. The 1776, David McCullough's incredible story about the Revolutionary War. And this is part 2 of our series. So what do you know here about 1776?
Yeah, well, we're going to do the Spark Notes version, but what we talked about last week was at the beginning of the year, the Revolutionary War was already sort of underway, but it became official this year when America declared, or the colonies rather, declared independence. And we know Washington geniusly forced the British out of Boston in March of 1776. But in the summer, it was to be the British's turn to deal a strategic blow to the Revolutionary Army. So let's fast forward a couple months. The venue is New York. And if any of you have looked at New York on a map, you know there's a lot of water and a lot of islands, which would eventually play to the advantage of the British, who, in August, they had amassed the largest expeditionary army ever sent in history. Some 32,000 men and 400 ships were anchored off the coast of Staten Island, about 15 miles south of Manhattan. Now, by the way, to put this in perspective, the largest city in America at the time was Philadelphia, with a population of only 30,000. So the army that they had brought was more than the largest city of the colonies. So between August and November of this year, the British really just steamrolled right through the Revolutionary Army. It started in Long Island. Later in August, the British landed about 15,000 troops who really, the Revolutionary Army didn't stand a chance. And for any of you who know military strategy, you know that if you ever face an enemy who has a larger force than you, the golden rule is you never split your forces. And Washington made that mistake. He split his army between Manhattan and Long Island, and it really it did not go over well. So in August, the British took Long Island. Washington managed to salvage most of his army by retreating all of them in one night, 9,000 men in rowboats across the East River. And by the way, we mentioned that the British brought 400 ships. We talked about this, Dad, that the Revolutionary Army had 0. So complete control of the water was in the hands of the British. So the Revolutionary Army was forced off of Long Island back onto Manhattan. A month later, the British invaded there, forced them northward up to Fort Washington, which is on the north end of the island. And then eventually, they forced their retreat westward. And it seemed as if the objective of the British was to get to Philadelphia, about 60 miles, to crush the spirit of the Revolutionary Army. And what we'll talk about next week was the daring move that really turned the tide at the end of the year on the Delaware River, but on the border of Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
Wow, unbelievable. 400-0 on ships. Wow.
Right.
Oh, my. It's an absolute miracle from God that this worked out for the United States.
Absolutely.
Incredible.
Well, and what's amazing is the whole war, continued to go on for years. I think it was, I'll check, but I think it was 6 or 7 years until the British finally admitted defeat.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's stunning. It really is. And I think after the signing of the Declaration, all the signers, I think, paid the price, right? They went after all the people that signed, I think.
Well, correct, because when they signed, they had effectively committed treason, which was punishable by death.
Man, oh, man. All right, Nathaniel, son, great stuff from Chicago, 1776, David McCullough's book, all based on this read over the cruise. He read the whole doggone thing in a few days. That's just a voracious reader. Well done, Nathaniel, son. Well done.
All right, guys. Take care.
Soon.
Stay warm.
Thank you. Wow, what a story.
Nice.
Okay, we are going to the news. I have 2 prime pairs of tickets from Ben Quattrone at Sarah Champagne. Must text in Sarah, spelled correctly, 217-217-0244. 359-2255. It's section 124 on the baseline.
Yep, got a couple pairs to give away, and we'll do that around 9 o'clock this morning after we wrap the show, Stevie J.
All right.
So 359-2255, the word Sarah, as in Sarah Automotive, right in front of the Savoy 16 Phoenix Theater.
Maybe nobody will text in and we'll get these ourselves.
Ooh,
is that possible?
Love that idea.
Is that already over?
There's a lot of text coming in.
217-359-2255, Fisher National Bank text line. Get in on that. Prime seats. Whoever won last time went nuts. They were so excited.
8 o'clock tip-off against Washington. We're number 9, and we've had 9 straight wins.
Let's go. You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
We've come a long way. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
I didn't come to Minnesota for photo ops or headlines. You haven't seen me. I came here to seek solutions.
Trump borders are Tom Homan, now in charge of ICE operations in Minnesota, saying he had good talks with Democrats who want ICE out.
One thing we all agreed on was U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement is a legitimate law enforcement agency.
And Homan says their operations will continue, targeting those here illegally who are criminals and threats. And while he supports the right to protest against ICE,
threatening law enforcement officers, engaging in impeding and obstruction and assault is never okay.
Governor Tim Walz is among those calling for ICE to leave, but he's not running for governor anymore. Another Democrat, Senator Amy Klobuchar, is, and Fox's Ryan Schmelz reports.
In a video announcing her plans, Klobuchar touches on the assassination of former State House Speaker Melissa Horton and the deaths of Renee Good and Alex Preddy, saying the state has been through a lot. She also criticizes the Trump administration.
3,000 ICE agents on our streets and in our towns, sent by an administration that relishes division.
Now, the ICE controversy in Minnesota could lead to another partial government shutdown ahead of tomorrow's deadline. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer says they won't pass a funding bill that includes money for Homeland Security unless agents take off the masks and turn on the body cams.
There needs to be a uniform code of conduct and accountability.
We'll hear from President Trump at a cabinet meeting in a few hours. This morning, he posted again on Truth Social about the 2020 election the president claims was crooked. The day after the FBI carried out a raid in Georgia, taking ballots and voting records in Fulton County.
President Trump has always said that election was rigged against him in Georgia. And Georgia Senate Democrat John Ossoff says in a statement, "I suspect today's raid is a continuation of this sore loser's crusade, despite repeated audits and independent reviews confirming that Donald Trump was indeed defeated." State Senate Democrat Josh McLaurin was there and calls the search extremely alarming.
That's Chris Foster. America's listening to Fox News.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Capted Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
As Borders Are Tom Homan takes over immigration enforcement in Minnesota, there's a new Fox News poll that shows nearly 6 in 10 think ICE has gotten too aggressive, and there's more in the survey.
The latest Fox poll finds 52% support the president's handling of the border, but he's underwater on other topics, including his handling of Venezuela and Iran, but also inflation, with more than 2/3 saying they do not think the president spends enough time on high prices and the economy overall. 30% think the economy is good or fair. More than half think the U.S. is worse off now than it was a year ago, including more than 70% of independents polled. 55% said the U.S. is in a worse position in the world than it was a year ago. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
In another Trump Truth Social post this morning, the president again called for substantially lower interest rates, again critical of Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell the day after the Fed decided against a rate cut after 3 reductions last year. The president wrote Powell's hurting the economy and national security. Powell, in addition, in announcing the change, said,
"While job gains have remained low, the unemployment rate has shown some signs of stabilization.
and inflation remains somewhat elevated.
We just got an unemployment update. First-time claims dipped slightly last week to 209,000, but the number of people continuing to collect jobless benefits declined much more, by 40,000 down to 1.82 million. On Wall Street, stock futures are up slightly. This is good news. Americans are living longer than ever.
New numbers from the National Center for Health Statistics at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention show that U.S. life expectancy rose to 79 years in 2024. They say the increase in years is due to the waning of the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as decreasing death rates from the country's top killers. Heart disease remains the leading cause of death, and deaths from unintentional injuries, which includes drug overdoses, fell the most. The new stats note that the decline is across all racial and ethnic groups and in both women and men.
That's Tanya J. Powers. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Water main break has occurred on Illinois 16 east of I-57 in Mattoon, prompting city officials to issue a boil order for the affected area. The order applies to the region east of I-57 and DeWitt Avenue east from the Fields Church to I-57. Last week, in the wake of Renee Good's killing, there were rumblings from House Democrats that funding from DHS was on thin ice. All but 7 refused to vote for the department's appropriations package, but that bill ultimately passed, and it was expected to pass the Senate as well until Alex Preddy was killed by federal agents. Both Illinois senators have promised a no vote on the DHS spending bills. Amazon slashing about 16,000 corporate jobs in the second round of mass layoffs for the Commerce Company in 3 months. Tech giant has said it plans to use generative artificial intelligence to replace corporate workers. Locally of the date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom, I'm Jim Miller.
If you've been dreaming of a new home or thinking of ways to make your home even better, dream no more. Fisher National Bank works every day to help turn dreams into a reality with their experienced mortgage lenders, competitive rates, fast approvals, local servicing, and more. Their mortgage experts will guide and support you throughout the process. So start your journey at any location or begin that application online at FisherNational.com. They can't wait to welcome you home. Fisher National Bank, equal housing lender, exceptional communities, exceptional people, member FDIC.
Yep, we have those prime seats for the game tonight. If you are interested, from Ben Quattrone over at Sarah Champagne, just text in Sarah, home of the GMC, Buick, Subaru, Honda, and BMW, and you might sit really close to the floor in section 124. We got 2 pair, and to be in on it, text in 217-359-2255. Text in Sarah, and you might win those seats. And believe me, when you walk to your seats, first of all, when you go in, you know you're up there, but now if you have to, I think we are down here.
That's right.
I think what you do is you turn up the volume and say, I think our seats are down here. That's what you do, Greg. You just go down there.
You can't do that, can you?
I mean,
and just
why
say,
not?
I think we're sitting here. you make here a 2-syllable thing. Here.
Usher person, I can't find our seats down here.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my! I guess we're not on the floor. We're on these close to the floor.
It's 124, row 5.
Yeah, enjoy.
2 pairs
Enjoy.
were given
Maybe
away.
we'll catch an out of bounds ball.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's awesome down there. You really hear and see things you never have before.
Yeah.
So
359-2255, Sarah for Sarah Automotive, with Ben calling in earlier on our show. Of course, you can hear the show anytime. StevieJay.com and follow on X at StevieJayFM.
Somebody asked Brad Underwood, our basketball coach, a very interesting question, and it was revealing how Brad feels about Tyler on his bench. His son Tyler is the offensive coach, part of this, and we're the number 1 scorer in America this year. And his son Tyler is a huge part of it, obviously. And it's
like
actually
the equivalent of an offensive coordinator in football, right?
Puts the guys in the right spots, and you know, it's awesome that his son is this successful. And now you got to say, well, is somebody else going to try and hire him away if he can run an offense like that? Anyway, Brad was asked about, you know, what it's like, and he really revealed some things that probably hurt him still today. It was very personal. I thought it was very compelling.
Well, I probably means a lot more for Dad than it does son. And you know, the one thing that is was always a challenge for me. I was pretty much an absentee father when they grew up, when my kids were growing up, and the recruiting periods were different. I would be gone the month of July. I spent 10 years at Western Illinois, which meant a lot of cars, a lot of recruiting, a lot of travel, and I never coached any of my children in anything in youth sports because I was the dad who was never around. So to have that opportunity now and to be around him and just a simple dap him up every day and sit down and talk basketball every day is really pretty neat, and something that I hope someday means a lot to him, and maybe it does now, but it sure means a lot to Dad, and then to value how hard he works from the professional side. I have tremendous respect for how he's growing and how hard he works at it.
But you know what this does, and it's not to make Brad feel guilty. I mean, his kids apparently working just great, doing great. They're older now.
Heck yeah.
But doing fantastic. But an absentee father couldn't coach my kids. That makes me sad because I got to do that.
Yeah.
And it meant so much to me. But here they are together on the bench. That's when they won a Big Ten championship. I think the tournament, was it last year? Whenever it was, he turned and they hugged. They're always sitting by each other on the bench, and they just big hug.
Uh-huh.
And I think that has to be so meaningful for Brad, and I'm sure it is for Tyler. I know Tyler. He's a good man, and I think he's going to be a great coach, and I think he already might be. But
what else that means? That means Brad, when he was there, I mean, he was always there in spirit, but it was always quality parenting dad time when he was with them.
Yeah,
well.
and the wife, Susan, I mean,
I'm going to say that. Wife.
But what it for me illustrates and profoundly illustrates is what coaches sacrifice.
True.
Your assistant at Western, and you're never home.
That's Macomb, Illinois. There's cornfields around there. That's it.
That was. I'll guarantee you, Brad wasn't making more than $20 an hour back then.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been a $40,000 job.
Yeah, that's about right.
I know. The assistant here at Illinois in the late '90s was making $60,000 a year. Now, what is it? $1.2 million?
Right.
No, it's unbelievable what has happened. But in any event, the sacrifices these coaches make is unbelievable, and they are absentee. But it's just. You go to the game, you complain, they're no good, fire them. You're firing people. You're not firing a computer player. It's not. You're firing humans.
It's a family.
Yeah, it is. It's hard business. And you say, well, they make so well. It's hard to get to that level. If you are going to make that kind of money, is it worth missing everything? Is it worth taking an hour off from 8 to 9 at night to take your child who's 7 trick or treating because you're working? Woo. Here's meteorologist Greg.
It's something to think about.
A lot deeper weather now. Our meteorologist is Greg Solier at 8:12 on this January 29. Pitmaster extraordinaire Tim Onstad at the bottom of the hour.
Yes.
What's happening with our weather, sir?
We're getting there, but still stinking cold out there at 2 above over at Willett and Savoy. Slight north wind at least. The sun sets at 5:03. We're making progress there. A couple of weak disturbances as we're setting up this boundary between some recurrent Arctic air to the north, a little better, more seasonal air mass to the west and south, but that just means weather patterns are going to get busy going into February and beyond. But in the meantime, quiet days worth of weather, a couple late day snow flurries, and a partly sunny sky developing up around 15. Should be double that this time of the year. Northwest breeze will be manageable. Bitter cold again tonight, down around 4 below. A few flurries early and late after midnight tomorrow. Another bitter cold start up to about 14, 15 in the afternoon. Partly sunny skies, maybe a snow shower or flurry both morning and late afternoon. If you're going to go up to Chicago, around the edge of the lake, both on the Wisconsin Illinois side, then in northwest Indiana, there's a big lake effect snow event going on there. Will be going on there between later tonight and tomorrow. Heads up accordingly. None of that around here. Cold tomorrow night, down around 2 below, and then up to about 18 on Saturday, 21 on Sunday. Maybe a snow shower early and a couple of spotty snow showers or flurries Monday. Cold, but we're getting there at 25 up to 27 on Tuesday. Then more seasonal weather, but some snow chances Wednesday next week. Both Wednesday, Thursday highs either side of 30 degrees. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
All right, buddy boy, we appreciate it very much. Greg Solier, ESPN 93.5, 814. I'm Stevie J. There's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
Okay, Brad, on shot selection. Because last year, I'm not sure it was as good jumping up and throwing up a 3 when you're guarded. Shot selection. When to shoot, when you should shoot.
So, I've had good offenses before, but I think the one thing that it's done is just emphasized to our players and help them understand what we're looking for. Just the comparison from one year to the next. Last year we took a lot of 16-second contested threes, on the shot clock, and we're not doing that. The best play in the Purdue game was maybe Keaton's pass to Jake Davis in the corner with under 5 on the shot clock, and just understanding we're going to get a better shot, and it's been very, very positive for our players and understanding it. We spent all summer working on those gold, silver, bronze type shots.
Yeah. Good shot selection, better this year, we think. I think he's confident in the guys know who should shoot when.
Mm-hmm.
What about Jason Jackson? He's sick. He's got issues.
Shoot.
He's out.
Jason is out. Jason has a blood clot in his shoulder area that is being dealt with, and we will continue to update as we know more through that process.
Has he seen a doctor this week?
Yes. Yep. So as they continue to work on results, we'll continue to monitor that situation.
Wow.
Yeah, he was 6'10", out of Yorkville, Illinois,
Yeah,
a redshirt freshman.
Blood clot in his shoulder. I've just not heard of that. Doctors are all over it, which is good news.
Right.
Okay, the Ivasic is Tommy and Z.
Uh-huh.
You think about the mom and dad?
Yeah.
Never seen them play here.
Right.
Never
Are they
been
coming?
to college games. They're trying to get them.
Okay.
It's
because we know that what it did for Andrei Stojakovic on that game.
His mom did, yeah.
Yes.
So here's a little on getting the parents to come see the Twins play.
They haven't been here yet. They're still in Croatia, but they watch every game. They even watch the documentary. They don't understand it though, but they thought it was good. We're working on it so they can come here, maybe watch a few games.
Mom and dad, do they critique your game, or are they just like super supportive?
So the time difference is huge. So by the times our games are over, I go to the locker room while we change and all, they're already asleep. But if it's a good game, they say congrats, you played well. We don't really talk a lot about basketball.
Yeah, okay, don't talk a lot about basketball, but I would venture to say there are 8 billion people. A billion minutes ago, Jesus was on the earth. A billion's a big number. Yeah. There are 8 billion people on earth. I would go to say these are the 2 tallest, best basketball players in the world. From the standpoint of twin brothers, nobody in the world is 7'2" twins. I've never heard of that. How can you both be 7'2"? It's stunning. It is unbelievable. And they're really good players.
Yeah.
It's just so unusual. My question would be, how tall are your parents? They have to be really tall. Right. I mean, they're not going to be 5'7" and 5'9".
Technically speaking, Tommy is 7'1".
And Z's 7'2", I think.
Right.
Yeah, I think he is a little taller. You're right. But no, it's amazing. It's a great story. And they talk about documentary. There's a longer piece about these guys and how they were growing up and they lived here and they had to move here because there wasn't any basketball here. And I guess they got an inkling they're going to be really tall, and they turned out tall. But I've just never heard a twin. I can't think about that. 2 babies in the tummy, and they turn out to be 7'1" and 7'2". Come on.
Pretty cool.
It's a heck of a story. Here we are, winning 9 in a row. Washington tonight, 8 o'clock, FS1.
And it's Coaches versus Cancer night. We'll learn more from Charla in just a minute. Suits and Sneakers night, 8 o'clock tip, FS1, like you said, Stevie.
Yeah, and then we'll have the big event in April for Coaches versus Cancer.
Yes.
Maybe after the National Championship Trophy.
Yes.
Maybe. I know.
I love that.
Calm down, Stevie J. We have to play well tonight. Washington, we're only a 12.5-point favorite. I thought it'd be more.
One game at a time.
They got a guy that's going to be drafted into the NBA. He's 6'10", 11. He's good. I've seen him. And then they have a hotshot guard that's very good. We got to really just play as well as you can after Purdue.
Right.
Because, it's just going to be hard to play that level emotionally. Anyway, goal line night. Let's get him tonight. Take care of business tonight, 8 o'clock. You can see on NFS1. All right, our meteorologist is Greg Solier, 819 in Champaign-Urbana.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana Saturday. Another cold start to the day, but a slow and gradual return to more seasonal temperatures expected. That by mid next week. In the meantime, another bitter cold start. Partly sunny skies. A couple of snow flurries around later this afternoon and evening time. Highs only to 15 on a northwest breeze. Bitter cold tonight, down to 4 below. A few snow flurries around early, and again after midnight. Light north wind. Tomorrow, partly sunny up to 14. Bitter cold early in the day, with again a couple of snow showers or flurries in the morning, and back in later in the afternoon. Down to about 2 below for tomorrow night. Weekend forecast, a bitter cold start to Saturday. Variably cloudy skies at 18, up to 21 on Sunday. Maybe a snow shower in spots early in the day. Another cold Monday, but not as bad as recent days, up to 25, with maybe a snow shower threat early in the day as well. Partly sunny, 27 for the day on Tuesday. A little light snow system may skirt the area Wednesday with a high to about 31, upper 20s and lower 30s next Thursday. And Friday, more seasonal across the area. For CVT Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
I'm Taylor Riggs, and this is the Fox Business Report.
More signs the job market is holding up. The number of new claims for unemployment benefits declined by 1,000 in the week ending January 24th to 209,000. Economists were predicting 205,000. The previous week's reading was revised slightly higher. Continuing claims, those still receiving benefits, declined to 1.82 million for the week ending January 17th. Forecast was for 1.86 million. Federal Reserve policymakers decided this week to leave interest rates unchanged. And Southwest Airlines stock is surging as investors cheer the end of its 5-decade-old open seating policy. The major low-cost carrier also forecasting a jump in its 2026 profits, well above analyst expectations. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Lillian Wu, invested in you.
From around the world,
Trey Hingst joining us from Tel Aviv, Israel.
To Washington,
I'm Mike Emanuel.
To your own backyard. If a story impacts you or your wallet, we're on it. It's the Fox News Rundown. We give every story the deeper look it deserves with must-listen interviews and smart analysis from the voices you can trust. Start your day with the Fox News Rundown. Listen and follow now at foxnewsrundown.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Sarah Champagne managing partner Ben Quattrone.
We're always looking for people. You can go online and apply on our website. We never know what we're going to need. We're always expanding. We're always building more and growing our business. If we don't need a person and they come along and we find out that they're an eagle, they're a star, we'll hire them. We'll put them somewhere and wait for the spot we're going to have them working.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com.
Hi, this is Chris Vandeventer with Philo Exchange Bank. We've defined hometown banking for 14 decades. We've been a legacy of trust and dedication. We believe in the power of a community where every neighbor is a member of our family and not just another name. Unlike many other banks, our lending decisions are made within the walls of the bank. Quite simply, local banking means you get what you need quickly and efficiently.
Philo Exchange Bank, hometown community banking since 1883. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Jesse with Land's Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. Hey, do you have sewer blockages, problems? Are your toilets gurgling? Why deal with the headache? Call Land's Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions today. We can come out and clean your line, camera it, show you what the problem is, and then we have an expert underground team that can make those repairs. 217-355-5512. We are here for you when you need us. Land's Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. Why call anyone else?
They put Keaton Wagler on the Big Ten Network, and the kid just continues to impress how good he sounds.
Illinois, what was it about this program and this school that you felt like it would be the right fit?
Yeah, ever since I stepped on campus, it just felt like home. You know, the coaches, the last year's players, and even the community all welcomed me, and it was just they have one of the best, like, top facilities in the world. And I just knew that, if I came here, I could get better and, strive for greatness and compete for a national championship.
I mean, I'm sure I sounded that mature when I was 18, Charlotte Jolly, American Cancer Society. Charlotte, how can you be that his parents must be amazing, too. It just has to be.
I know. Honestly, great support system, right? We know that the people who raised our kids helped us raise our kids,
yes,
the village.
Yes.
Yeah, they made a huge impact. I mean, you just don't get that way without it.
Hey, American Cancer Society, Coaches versus Cancer. We got the tennis thing tonight. Tennis shoes, right?
Yes. So I don't remember. Were you there last year at the Coaches versus Cancer?
Sadly, don't remember either. So it's a wonderful. It's a wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a 10-star out of 5-star event.
And
it's
so many people
fun.
at Gordyville. Of course, that's April 15th. But I don't know how you guys do. That is a big event.
I mean, you have thousands there. It's really and Angie at Pards. They were putting the boots on the. It's
the
really fun.
centerpieces and all that.
Angie and Mark. Yeah. So,
well, if you were there last year, you would remember the shoes, because to me that was the thing that stood out. We did the live auction of the shoes, and Coach, so he is the chair of the Coaches versus Cancer committee, right?
National chair, yeah.
Yes, yeah. And so he just really took the whole live auction thing and helped everyone in the room understand what we were doing. And so it just became this really fun back and forth with his shoes, and he signed them, and then he gave his shoes off of his feet.
Wow.
I know. I'm not so sure, but
that's awesome.
Thankfully, yeah, I think we raised just $6,000 with his shoes.
So good.
I'm interested to see what they're going to pull, what's going to happen tonight. I don't know. There have been pictures of them online, and they're really cool. They're probably one of my favorites.
Charlotte, it's called Coaches versus Cancer Suits and Sneakers. Does the suit also get auctioned off?
Yeah, no, the suit doesn't get auctioned off, and I'm not so sure that Coach will wear suits,
they don't wear suits anymore.
Right.
They don't.
Yeah. How about shirts and shoes? Shirts and shoes.
There we go.
Shirt.
That's right. Please wear your shirt.
Yeah, right. Well, he got criticized by his family for the squirt gun thing years ago. But no, I think that's wonderful. It is a great event. That'll be Tax Day, April 15 at Gordyville, and really a fun event. I know you're looking forward to working hard toward that. So tonight, the exposure of what you're going to be buying and all that other fun stuff. So plenty of information about this, but it's helped the American Cancer Society, is it not?
That's right. So every bit of it goes to the mission of the American Cancer Society, which is to end cancer as we know it for everyone. And in my time here, it's amazing to watch how they invest in the research, which many organizations do, but they really take this 3-tier approach of saying, what else is keeping patients from getting to the treatment they need? So one of the things that we're lucky to have in Champaign County is Road to Recovery. So free transportation to cancer medical appointments for cancer patients, because we know that oftentimes it's a real strain on caregivers to get their family and loved ones to the appointment. So we're trying to make it as easy as possible for them to get the treatment that they need and not have that be a choice. And on the third sort of tier is really working with the government and other agencies to make sure that it's affordable and the research is available and all of the other pieces of it. So it really is this 3-tiered approach, which is so comprehensive. And awesome. We've seen, the American Cancer Society and all that they've done in the last 100+ years.
Well, listen, what you is, hard to get Americans aware of much, but 100% of this country, 100% of the adults in this country know the word cancer. There's no question about it. It affects all of us, and you're doing great work, Charlotte. It must be fun to go to work and know that you're changing lives, Charlotte Jolly. We really appreciate that. Well, listen, thanks for chiming in. We'll be in touch before the big event, but keep it going and keep up your great work.
All right, thank you.
Go Illini.
Bye.
Go Illini. See ya.
Yeah, go Illini.
The Go BOGO sale is finally here at Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. Get their best BOGO deals this week. Now you can buy 1 square foot of any floor and get the second foot half off. That's any carpet, any floor. It's all BOGO half off. Plus, you can shop their amazing selection of furniture, rugs, and accessories. It's all buy one, get one half off. and buy with 2 years free financing. It's time to go BOGO and save even more. Hurry in this week, only at Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery.
Stevie J here. With Nate Evans of eXp Realty, you'll always get a stress-free sale for the most money.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to thenateevansgroup.com.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Right now at Lands, it's a great time to buy a new Trane heating and cooling system. We are offering special financing or up to $1,500 off any qualifying Trane system. At Lands, we know what it takes to deliver exceptional comfort, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you are thinking of a new comfort system, now is the time to buy. And remember, it's hard to stop a Trane. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Yeah, we have prime seats for the game tonight. Section 124. Look it up. If you like these free seats from Ben Quattrone at Sarah Champagne, 217-359-2255. Text in Sarah as in Sarah Champagne, and good luck.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. Border Czar Tom Homan, in a briefing, says they've made a lot of progress working with the locals in Minnesota.
This administration is absolutely focused on identifying and removal aliens that pose a public safety threat and national security threats.
And the state attorney general said county jails may notify ICE when they release inmates with deportation orders. Democrat Senator Amy Klobuchar announces her run for Minnesota governor, saying leaders must be willing to find common ground to fix what's wrong. The NYPD investigating a car ramming on a Brooklyn Jewish synagogue as a hate crime after a driver repeatedly rammed the doors of the Chabad Lubavitch World Headquarters. Socialist Mayor Zoran Mamdani.
Any threat to a Jewish institution or place of worship must be taken seriously. Anti-Semitism has no place in our city.
America is listening to Fox News.
PDR Automotive in Urbana is a locally owned repair shop, and they've now serviced over 250,000 vehicles in their near 50-year history. Now, that's more than 4 times the size of a sold-out Memorial Stadium. It's more than all Division I athletes in the country combined. That's more than the entire population of Champaign County. That's more than, well, you get the idea. When you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481. They are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Jets Pizza and Stevie J Broadcasting want to send you to the next Fighting Illini home basketball game. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 and you could be on your way to State Farm Center. Stop by Jets Pizza at Neal and Green Street or Round Barn off Springfield and Mattis for their delicious Detroit-style pizza. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 to win tickets from Jets Pizza and Stevie J Broadcasting.
Here's a look at local news. Last week, in the wake of Renee Good's killing, there were rumblings from House Democrats that funding from DHS was on thin ice. All but 7 refused to vote for the department's appropriations package, but that bill ultimately passed, and it was expected to pass the Senate as well until Alex Preddy was killed by federal agents. Both Illinois senators have promised a no vote on the DHS spending bills. Amazon slashing about 16,000 corporate jobs in the second round of mass layoffs for the Commerce Company in 3 months. Tech giant has said it plans to use generative artificial intelligence to replace corporate workers. Water main break has occurred on Illinois 16 east of I-57 in Mattoon, prompting city officials to issue a boil order for the affected area. The order applies to the region east of I-57 and DeWitt Avenue east from the Fields Church to I-57. Locally of the date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom, I'm Sean Miller.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Another cold start to the day, but a slow and gradual return to more seasonal temperatures expected. That by mid next week. In the meantime, another bitter cold start. Partly sunny skies. A couple of snow flurries around later this afternoon and evening time. Highs only to 15 on a northwest breeze. Bitter cold tonight, down to 4 below. A few snow flurries around early, and again after midnight. Light north wind. Tomorrow, partly sunny up to 14. Bitter cold early in the day, with again a couple of snow showers or flurries in the morning, and back in later in the afternoon. Down to about 2 below for tomorrow night. Weekend forecast, a bitter cold start to Saturday. Variably cloudy skies at 18, up to 21 on Sunday. Maybe a snow shower in spots early in the day. Another cold Monday, but not as bad as recent days, up to 25, with maybe a snow shower threat early in the day as well. Partly sunny, 27 for the day on Tuesday. Little light snow system may skirt the area Wednesday with a high to about 31, upper 20s and lower 30s next Thursday, and Friday more seasonal across the area. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm your host, Greg Solier.
And now, a brand new show called Smoke, where we help you with your grill and making the best meat ever. With award-winning competition pitmaster Tim Onstock. Smoke in Tim's Grill. He's the best brisket maker ever. Smoke in Tim's Grill. And now award-winning competition pitmaster Tim Onstock, who he and Donna did receive a perfect score on brisket in a major competition. So I have footing for that kind of claim.
Well, the training wheels are off. Diane didn't have to put the microphone in front of my face this time.
I just noticed you're getting a little more comfortable in the studio here, Tim. I love it.
Practice makes perfect.
There you go.
Well, so what am I eating, man? You gave me that chicken thigh recipe, which we use a lot. I tend to put too much honey and probably too much salt.
Well, Evan and Curtis, the afternoon drive guys, they kind of had a great idea with their Tuesday draft, and that was the Super Bowl spread.
Super Bowl snacks.
And so, what came to mind when you heard a spread?
Well, originally I was thinking they're talking the point spread, but a barbecue guy. Then I was thinking, no, this is food.
Yep, it sure was. And you know, I'm looking at the text on cocktail weenies and just all the various things that you put out, the different dips and chips and chili or whatever.
I'm going to go into this blind because unfortunately work called and I couldn't listen to the rest of the show on their draft. So I put together my own spread and we'll put it head to head against them.
Okay.
I'm starting out with my smoked wings that we smoke for about 45 minutes to an hour and then flash fry them for 45 seconds to a minute.
Mm.
Then we're going to brisket sliders.
What?
Love it.
Brisket sliders.
You said brisket?
Yeah, we're putting slicing brisket thin and putting it on buns, and we're going to do brisket sliders with a touch of horseradish on it.
I love
Boy, that's a good one.
And our side dish, and you can use it to dip chips in or whatever, is Donna's award-winning mac and cheese with brisket sliced up in it.
So be kidding. What do you dip into it?
Yeah, you can dip it. You can
like
eat
a chip?
Yeah, you can dip
but
it.
A Frito or a Tostito?
Oh, yeah. She puts 3 cheeses in there.
What the world?
A little bit of.
Why wouldn't I just eat it straight up with a big spoon?
Well, you can.
Can I eat it out of the bowl and just finish it?
Yeah, you can.
Because I'd eat it all.
You know, some people want some chips, so they can dip the chips in that cheese. It's awesome.
How much does she make of that?
Well, when we do a competition, it's or for a wedding or something, it's usually a couple or 3 big full-size restaurant pans.
I love Jackie.
Yeah.
We breathe through brisket in there too, huh?
Yep.
Real cheesy?
Yeah, it's cheesy. And then we're finishing up with something called hog turds.
Hog turds is less appetizing than sounded. Yeah.
And I was hoping I could say that on the radio. But what that is we take pulled pork, our barbecue pulled pork, and we stuff banana peppers with it. And cream cheese, and then roll that in a biscuit or a croissant and bake it.
Like the little pop-out doughboy guy, that kind of. Ooh,
Yep.
But that's gonna have a little bite to it, won't it?
Well, yeah, it has a little bite. But Donna, being Donna, she doesn't use the pop-out biscuits. She makes her own homemade from scratch biscuits. Me. Yeah,
rolls them out and everything.
Yep.
Wow.
And that gives a little spice to it, and it's a nice little surprise.
I'll take yours. You have the perfect score 8 on the brisket. That's a huge deal. And then the wings you can't miss on Super Bowl Sunday. Wings are just
nope.
How good are the wings?
They're They get gone. I usually don't have anything left of that. And then for our drink, a few years ago, we were doing a little home brewing, and we came up with an amber lager with, and during the brewing process, we put about a dozen orange zest in it. We took the zest from a dozen oranges.
Beer? Is this a
and brewed a beer with that? Yes,
with an orange flavor.
Yeah, an amber lager with a touch of orange in it.
That's
Okay.
creative.
I think Blue Moon or something has that kind of.
So that's my Super Bowl spread to put up against the guys, which I don't know what they
I'm
even
sure.
cook,
I'm sure
so.
theirs are good, but they can't make them like you can.
No, they probably can. They're young guys. They got energy.
No, I'm sure it's
probably
all
doing
good,
this
but
fancy stuff.
you got that whole brisket mantle, and you perfect score in a major competition is quite a brisket. So you can do brisket big time. You put it in the mac and cheese, very creative, and then that whole roll thing. Yikes!
Yeah.
Why would you call them it? What you call them?
Well, because it's a hog shoulder, so it's just that's kind of what they
shoulders
come
is
out
a lot
look.
more advertising than
Well, but you're
and that's
rolling
a
it
different part of
you're
the
putting
hog
it in that
body than the
brisket.
back end of it.
Yeah, you're putting it in that brisket, and that's kind of what it looks like.
I just wouldn't title it. I would just, here it is. And people would eat it. I think that'd be delicious. If it wasn't too poppy,
Yep.
too hot, I would love that.
Yep.
Wrapped up in the doughy thing. Ooh.
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
it's
Makes your own
something-
biscuits?
Yeah.
Pop outs are pretty good.
Well,
unbelievable.
Donna's Donna.
Yeah, that's awesome. Sounds good. Super Bowl, you're ready now. A week from Sunday. We'll probably touch on something next week, too, just in case. But it's always fun to talk with Tim Onstad about this kind of stuff. Okay.
So, and I just texted you, Stevie, the mac and cheese, smoked macaroni and cheese recipe for 10 people.
Tim sent this to you?
Yeah, and I found it because I know there was
Wow.
a listener that asked me to send it, and you brought in that paper, so I
Yep.
took a picture of it. And so I brought up my history, and
Well, who's making 16 ounces of elbow? I would be doing like 100 ounces. So I just would multiply.
elbow macaroni.
That's
Yeah.
just for a small serving.
No, I want a big
I mean,
serving.
we did for that last wedding. We did 3 big pots.
I like mac and cheese, obviously.
So it was a lot.
16-ounce elbow macaroni. You have a quarter cup of butter. I'd probably do a stick.
I'll tell you a little secret. We don't do that elbow macaroni. We do the big spirals.
Ah.
And I don't know what Italian to know what that's
What
called.
that's called?
But
Okay.
it's the big spiral.
Big spiral. Okay, good tip. It's Tim Onstad. All right, so we like talking to Gale Frericks Trucking and Dedicated Diesel, the two businesses you guys run. So talk to me about Gale Frericks Trucking. How's it going? I know you got somebody from the Philippines that wants to drive for you.
Yeah, he'll be here February 6th and get going. We've been through a trying week. Greg Solier's put the pressure on us with this cold air, and but we had kept everybody running, put the trucks inside, plugged them in, hunkered down for a day in the bad weather so everybody was safe and at home. Didn't have anybody out freezing or in a situation that they could have an accident. So it's all going well. Now it does hurt us, on the revenue side, but it's better than having trucks in ditches.
So what happens? Diesel fuel gels up in this cold weather?
Yeah, and there's a problem right now with this green thing, and the biodiesel that they're pushing, and the state of Illinois has tax breaks on using biodiesel, but it freezes up a lot quicker than regular diesel does. So now instead of our good diesel prices that we're getting on the bio, we're paying about 30 cents a gallon more because we have to blend in the clear number 2 diesel, and it's hurting us that way.
Why do your drivers like driving for you?
I think because we care. We care about them getting home and having a home life as well as making money, and that they're allowed to be safe. I think those are the keys.
How about Dedicated Diesel? Who should know about that?
Oh, anybody with a truck or trailer that they work with. We're open now for federal inspections. We can do those. We're waiting on the state to come and get our certification done again so that we can go back to the safety lane, but we're keeping that. It's still open. Dedicated Diesel, I've got a couple of great new guys in there, and they are just knocking it out of the park. And Melissa's helping on the front end, and I just couldn't be happier with the way things have progressed and the improvements that we've made.
Well, thank you for putting trucks out there that are safe, and you have drivers that are trained up and experienced, and those are huge aspects of those big 18-wheelers out there.
Yep, they can be a weapon in the wrong hands.
Mm-hmm.
And keeping the rigs up when it comes to those safety stickers with that safety lane service.
Yeah, every month we have a list of annual inspections that Donna puts out to the guys at Dedicated Diesel, and they have to get those inspections done by the end of the month. And we finished yesterday morning with the last trailer that needed to be done this month, so we're knocking it out.
Just like a fine-tuned clock. That's Dedicated Diesel and Gale Ferricks Trucking with Tim Onstadt. Good work.
Hey, all I am is the Tyler Underwood of Dedicated Diesel. I just try to put the right people in the right places and let them do their thing.
It's
a puzzle,
right.
and you're putting it together.
It's awesome. How about the Atlanta tonight? Feel good? We beat Washington?
46 points from a freshman. I think that eclipsed my entire high school basketball career.
Keaton Wagler, man.
But I was kind of the Bob Uecker of high school basketball.
Hey.
I was the king of the triple single.
Well, you were the king of high jump. And Tim Onstadt high jumped in high school just short of 7 feet.
That
unreal.
doesn't translate to the basketball court when you average 1 minute, one turnover and one foul in that 1 minute. That's my triple single.
Your high jump could have got you on the box of Wheaties.
Yeah.
I mean, that's stunning. There are very few humans that have high jumped 7 feet.
Well, and I didn't quite make it.
6'11", was it?
Yeah, a little over 6'11", but it was
unbelievable.
That was many knee surgeries ago, and it's not doable now. I think jumping in bed is about as high as I can get.
Hey, listen, thank you for running in. Always a pleasure to see you, and thanks for coming to the studio.
Thank you, guys.
Tim Onstadt, Gale Ferricks Trucking, Dedicated Diesel, ESPN 93.5.
Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting want to send you to the next Fighting Illini home basketball game. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 and you could be on your way to State Farm Center. Stop by Parlor Donuts in the Old Farm Shops on Kirby and Madison Champaign before the game to try their layered donuts, cold brews, blended treats, and more. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 to win tickets with Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting.
There is one name you need to know in car repair in the Central Illinois area, and that's John Marshall. John is the owner of PDR Automotive in Urbana and makes it his mission to know that your car will start when you come to pick it up. John strives for a repair in the most efficient time possible and is the right person to take care of your car. From tires to engine to electrical to the simple oil change. Trust in John at PDR. 1008 North Cunningham in Urbana. John's team will take care of you like family.
We have a New Year's resolution at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
Oh, good idea, Paul.
We're going to pump you up
with savings this January, Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, I like it, but that line's already taken. Let's keep it simple. We have stainless steel French door refrigerators starting at $1,600 for the entire month of January.
How about shed those holiday pounds with savings at Dick Van Dyke?
Yeah, but does that really make sense?
Not really.
Let's just shoot straight. We have stainless steel interior dishwashers starting at $450 a pop.
How about we use this music to get the people moving?
Well, hey, copyright violation. That is a good tune, though. But let's not take away from the fact that we have electric and gas dryers starting at $479 and ranges at $549 a piece.
Hey, I got an idea.
Let's hear it.
Come on into Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, where our New Year's sale prices will last longer than your New Year's resolution.
That's actually pretty good and relatable.
Wow.
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Why use Lands Underground Solutions? We have the team, the technology, the tools, and the most experienced team in the industry.
Hi, it's Wes from Lands Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Our mission at Lands is to provide top-tier service, prioritize our customers with upfront pricing, and maintain exceptional communication. We assure you at Lands we will only recommend what you truly need, from regular maintenance on your home's mechanical systems with the Lands Comfort family to replacement of existing equipment. Now would be a great time to consider updating your HVAC system. Visit us at landsinc.com.
Okay, Dedicated Diesel, we have something to tell you today, I guess, huh?
Oh, yeah. I guess, what's the saying that life imitates sport or sport imitates life or whatever? And we went through an NIL period. The portal was open, and we've done a reset. We've signed a new mechanic in the shop, Austin. doing great. We've got another guy coming in, Alex, so we're bringing in the A team. And we've got a Florida person through the transfer portal, Melissa. She's working out great. She's our Jake Davis. She talks a lot, high IQ, and just high energy all the time. So we're putting together a real good team there. We're going to come out with a new and improved dedicated diesel. Safety lane's going to be open. We're there now for DOT and federal inspections, repairs, tires. We're going to open up the whole thing. Federal inspections are an annual inspection for any commercial vehicle that crosses state lines. A person has to have a DOT number for a commercial vehicle, and we can do those federal inspections now.
Look at everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana this Saturday. Another bitter, biting, bone-chilling, nose-numbing, toe-tingling, cold morning out there. Even more so off east of the Illinois-Indiana line. Some moderation of temperatures expected, but that increases snowfall prospects by mid next week. Speaking of which, a couple of snow flurries around later on this afternoon. Partly sunny skies. Bitter cold start later on to about 15 on a bit of a northwesterly breeze. Bitter cold tonight. Considerable cloudiness. A few snow flurries around early and again after midnight. Down to about 4 below. We go tomorrow. Another bitter cold start. Partly sunny. Get a snow shower, a couple of flurries in spots morning and late afternoon, the high around 14. We'll settle back to just a bit below 0 for tomorrow night. Saturday, bitter cold early on, variably cloudy skies at 18 up to 21 on Sunday. Maybe a snow shower in spots early and into a couple of snow showers as well. Sunday night into Monday. Monday high temperatures up to 25. There you go. 27 and a partly sunny Tuesday, heading towards the upper 20s and low 30s for Wednesday. Some snow chances there. Quiet weather to round out late next week, Thursday and Friday. First DVD Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Got a plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical, or sewer problem? Look no further than Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. Locally owned and trusted, Fred's team of professionals is ready to tackle projects both big and small. Why waste time and money on complicated DIY fixes? Fred's experienced team will get the job done right, saving you time, stress, and cash. And when it comes to sewer problems, make sure you call Fred's for a second opinion you can trust. At Fred's, they do it all. No project too big, no project too small. They do insulation, repairs, replacement, and maintenance, and they now offer service agreements. For reliable service, professional expertise, and solutions that work, call Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric today. 217-586-3863 or go to fredscu.com. You can always trust Fred's.
What is most important in your life? This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. If you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
No, that's awesome, Tim. It sounds really good. Gale for X Trucking, if you have some trucking experience and you want to join a team that treats you like family, you got them right here.
Yeah, we've got a spot left, and I've taken a page from Brad Underwood's book there, too. The last couple of days, I've been communicating with a guy in the Philippines that's an American on active duty in the military, and he's got trucking experience. He's looking for a job when he comes home, so I'm opening that up. We love our veterans, and we've got a lot of veteran drivers, and we're looking to bring him on February 5th when he gets home.
Well, usually you send staff to go recruit him. I'll go to Manila. I'll go talk to him. Just got to pay my flight. Yeah, I'll be back in a month.
Stevie, I can't send you away that long. and actually, this guy from the Philippines found us through his dad in Hillsdale, Indiana, that heard us talking on the show. Dedicated Diesels at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana. They can get us on the phone at 217-328-0562.
The Go.
Okay, I got to stop.
Well, I didn't mention much about number 2 UCLA taking down the women 80-67.
So we competed, right? I mean, we're hanging in there.
Right.
And this team the UCLA team could win national championship. Shauna Green wants to be what UCLA is.
And even though our number 9 Illini face in Washington at 8 o'clock tonight, Washington is where the Illinois women will go on Sunday at 5. So keeping that in mind.
Okay. All right, tonight at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, yep.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Actually, the Pacers beat the Bulls yesterday, too. 113 to 1.
Pacers haven't won very much,
know.
right?
They're 12-36 on the season.
Is Io playing a lot?
Yeah, Io got 19 last night in that game. Bulls are now 23-24.
I don't think Terrence Shannon's playing much.
Right.
I'm hearing a rumor that maybe he'll be traded to the Bulls.
Huh.
That would be
Well,
good.
I'd take that.
I think Terrence Shannon can play.
LeBron James was in Cleveland yesterday. They had a tribute video because, he could be wrapping up with the Lakers. So Cavaliers won 129-99, but there's video of him tearing up at the game because it could be his last tour, his last run in the NBA.
Yeah, too bad he didn't stay long. I mean, it's 20 some years.
Yeah, because he's been there since he was 18, I think.
He left high school, played at Akron.
Right.
Played high school basketball in Akron and right to the NBA. And went to Cleveland, right?
We mentioned Wisconsin coming back from way behind. They only had like 18 at the halftime, 67-63 over Minnesota. UCLA beat Oregon and Iowa beat USC yesterday in Big Ten action.
All right, thanks, Diane.
Enjoy the day.
That's Diane Ducey. I am Stevie J. Thank you for listening. Meet you back on the radio tomorrow. We'll get that weekend started together. Have a great Thursday and go Illini.
Hi, this is Steve from Good Vibes. Everybody knows the best time to buy a big TV is just before the big game. Sony, LG, and Samsung are all on sale, but if you need more reasons, 1. The NFL playoffs up to the big game will be fast and furious. New sets handle motion better than ever. 2. Have you seen the Illini play basketball? Coach Underwood's squad is playing some of the best round ball since the Flying Illini, leading us to number 3. In March, you'll have the NCAA tournament. Illinois could go deep. Can you read the names on their jerseys? Even Stojakovic? Number 4, also in March, opening day for MLB. The brighter mini-LED TVs are perfect for those daytime games. 5, PGA tournaments are already underway. Does your TV display perfect green? Oh, and number 6, the Winter Olympics. Figure skating looks fantastic on an OLED TV. Fine print, the deals are good through February 8th, so get to Good Vibes or gvibes.com and click Big Deals and see all the action like you're in the stadium.
The Go BOGO sale is finally here at Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. Get their best BOGO deals this week. Now you can buy 1 square foot of any floor and get the second foot half off. That's any carpet, any floor, it's all BOGO half off. Plus, you can shop their amazing selection of furniture, rugs, and accessories. It's all buy one, get one half off. And buy with 2 years free financing. It's time to go BOGO and save even more. Hurry in this week, only at Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Have you tried the Jets Pizza Thin Crust Pizza? Get a large, thin crust, 2-topping pizza, cut into squares, and you have a quick appetizer for that next party, or just a spontaneous get-together with friends. Add a side of Jets homemade ranch to add a little zing. No mess and fuss in the kitchen. Jets Pizza, 2-topping, large, thin crust, cut into squares for just $14.99. It's not just pizza, it's Jets Pizza.
Here's what somebody recently said at Pards in Urbana. I was there just a few minutes, and somebody came up and asked if I needed help. And they were incredible, helped me find the size of boot I needed, and then I bought a second pair too. Everything was friendly, everything was excellent. Visit Pards in Urbana, 206 North Maple, between Main and University in Urbana. It's Pards Western Shop since 1968. Or go online and visit pards.com, pards.com.
New year, new you. But what about that mountain of junk? Start fresh with 2 men in a junk truck. We'll swoop in like clutter superheroes, furniture, boxes, appliances, you name it, gone. No stress, no heavy lifting, just more room to breathe. Garage disaster? Back bedroom chaos? We've seen it all, and we'll haul it all. So kick off the year with space that feels brand new. Book today at 2meninajuncktruck.com. 2 Men in a Junk Truck. Junk removal made simple and way less awkward than asking your brother-in-law for help.
the great loud venues in college basketball.
Don't miss your chance to cheer on Fighting Illini basketball this season.
Back, this place is an absolute powder.
It is. Talk about tough buildings, right?
We need all of Illini Nation to help us defend State Farm Center.
Boswell left hand and one.
Great seat locations are still available for you to see Illinois basketball live this season. Get your tickets today at fightingillini.com.
Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting want to send you to the next Fighting Illini home basketball game. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 and you could be on your way to State Farm Center. Stop by Parlor Donuts in the Old Farm Shops on Kirby and Madison Champaign before the game to try their layered donuts, cold brews, blended treats, and more. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 to win tickets with Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. There's no one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is we can help you improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Sign up now.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.